didn't know you had 500K saved up. We're breaking up, so I want you to give me marital assets. Oh, please.
I knew it!
The suspect, Carla Guzman, the official's former fiancé, is believed to have stolen the funds. What?
Trouble Busters!
Ah! Terrific Tom's spectacular spin! My name is Tom. I won't let anyone pity me for living in a wheelchair. In fact, I'm even more of a terrific young man thanks to this. Drifting and speeding. Did I really lose over power? The Federal Force wheelchair is a monster!
Hey, how many times do I have to tell you that you're not allowed to do a wheelchair race in the hallway?
Yikes, the head nurse!
This is not a laughing matter, Carla. He's your assigned patient. Sorry.
So, I've been enjoying my life at the hospital, and I was discharged. I started a relationship with Carla, who was my assigned nurse while I was hospitalized, and got married after going out for 2 years. We got our marriage certificate in advance, and we were finally about to have a wedding ceremony tomorrow.
Tom?
However...
I didn't know you had 500K saved up.
Huh? Wait, how do you know? You're scaring me. What Carla said to me after that was all frightening me. First, she peeked at my passcode to unlock my phone to peek into it. She made a note of the link to my online banking. She even deleted the warning message that was sent to my phone about unauthorized access that was detected on my bank account. From there, she continued to try entering the PIN twice a day until she reached the daily limit of incorrect PINs. Since it was a 4-digit PIN, it would have taken her 13 years to try all possible patterns, but she ended up unlocking my account in just 2 years. Is she being serious? She's a criminal that you'd see in documentary films. What was the purpose?
We're breaking up, so I want you to give me marital assets. Oh, please.
What? Breaking up?
I've been eyeing you ever since you got admitted to our hospital. Not many people can afford to be in a private room instead of a shared room at your age. You're a councilman of the city council, right? I knew you were a rich man.
Carla, were you after my money?
Of course I was.
Ugh, this is terrible. I don't mind breaking up with you, but I'm not going to divide my savings as a marital asset. That was my parents' inheritance.
But I've been letting you take advantage of me all along. I let you live a happy life like an ordinary person.
I tried my best to convince her to stop being so foolish, but she didn't budge.
If you're not willing to give anything to me, I'm going to take the cash that's inside your safe as a marital asset.
Hey, stop! Oh my goodness! I can only transport myself with an elevator, so... Damn it, she's doing something downstairs! Hey, Carla, come back! Don't go to the underground safe! The money there is...
He's probably trying to tell me to stop putting my hands on his precious money. Anyway, I hope this safe opens with the same sequence of numbers for his online banking. 3347. Yay! Oh, it was the same pin. I'm such a lucky woman.
Get me that immediately!
Oh my god, there's so much cash in here. It's clearly more than 500K. Oh, this is amazing. Is there anything I could stuff this cash in? Oh wow, those are exactly what I was looking for. Seriously? How convenient. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, no, I dropped some on the floor. Oh well, that's only $300. It's only worth about 3 pennies to me right now.
The next day, the money that was inside the underground safe was all gone. I knew it. What have I done? Tom, you need to calm down. This was our daughter's fault. It wasn't your fault.
I never thought Carla would flee the day before the wedding.
The wedding is canceled, and
We're going to have to call the police.
Carla crossed the line that she should never have crossed. She's a criminal whose name will go down in history. That money was... The truth behind that money was... I won't forgive you for the rest of my life. Trouble Busters!
Hello, my name is Carla. I've been supporting Joseph all along, and I wanted him to become the #1 host here this month, so I tried my best, robbing the safe. I want to be the best princess who will always be by Joseph's side. Yay! This is so satisfying. Joseph, I'm going to order a champagne tower tomorrow again. I have a lot less money now. Well, I guess I should have known since I spent $1,780,000 in just 3 days. Oh well. Anyway, I should eat some noodles for breakfast since my stomach needs something easy. The government is believed to be aiming to clearly demonstrate its commitment to reducing the burden on citizens. And now, our next story. In Trouble City, $3 million allocated for bridge repairs has been stolen. That doesn't sound too peaceful. I need to watch out for myself, too. The theft occurred in the early hours 3 days ago at the home of a city council official. The suspect, Carla Guzman, the official's former fiancé, is believed to have stolen the funds, which had been stored in a basement and is currently on the run. What? In response to the incident, the mayor has announced his resignation. He commented, "As the person entrusted with the citizens' money, this is absolutely unacceptable. I cannot believe such a thing has happened. The council official bears no responsibility. The entire failure lies with the city council's careless management system. In other words, this is due to my own shortcomings." What? Wait, no way. Oh, that can't be possible.
He might be right about the council's management system, but the guiltiest of all is the woman named Carla who stole $3 million. Right? It was the city's money. This means that it comes from the taxes that we pay. This is unforgivable. I wonder where she is and what she's doing right now. Right? Well, it's a matter of time before she gets caught and her life will be over. I mean, her face is on the news as the suspect of the $3 million heist. I agree. Her life is over.
Oh, the lady who was on TV just now is right here.
Yikes.
Why? Mommy, why is this lady both here and inside the TV? Hey! Hey!
Hey, was that lady? Whoa, there's a bunch of money in here. I knew it. She's Carla Guzman, the culprit of the $3 million heist. Call the police. We need to call the police. Yes, hello.
Why didn't you tell me that the money belonged to the city?
Seeing how you're panicking, you must have watched the news.
Do you even realize whose fault this is?
It's your fault and no one else's.
Why'd you have the city's funds inside your safe? Aren't you the $3 million thief?
Huh? I thought you watched the news. I was just someone who had to keep that money for just one night, and you're the one who stole it.
I took it because I thought the money was yours, or else I wouldn't have taken the taxes that people paid.
Either way, it doesn't change the fact that you've committed a crime.
If it was money that I shouldn't have laid my fingers on, you should have told me.
Everything was out of the expected. I didn't even know you were eyeing my money. I never expected you to turn into a completely different person the moment you realized you can't have my money, and not to mention you ran off with it.
No, you must have tricked me into this situation just to make me the bad guy.
I was yelling from the bottom of my lungs to tell you that the money belonged to the city until the moment you left my house.
Even then, there's no point if I didn't hear you. This means that I'm a wanted person across the nation because you never explained things thoroughly.
You need to stop blaming me as you disregard your lack of common sense. If you had chosen to leave the house from the front entrance by coming upstairs, you should have heard my voice. What you're trying to take is the taxes that were paid by everyone in this town. You need to stop this immediately.
What?
But because you were motivated to steal the money, you chose the route to go out from the back door. You were trying not to let me get in your way, and that's why you've taken the wrong route, whether it be physically or the choices that you made.
Anyway, I took the money thinking that it belonged to you, so I need you to explain that to everyone.
What? I refuse. You should say it yourself. Besides, it's not like you're gonna be forgiven, even if you were to explain anything. By the way, because of the nature of this crime, I have police officers surrounding me.
What? The police?
They felt that you might end up calling me about it, so they naturally decided to stay by my side. Anyway, I want you to get caught. Stop causing trouble for everyone. Stop giving trouble to the police. You need to realize that you've become an infamous criminal who'll be remembered for generations. You're gonna live in prison for the rest of your life.
Hey, Tom! Tom!
Hey, the $3 million culprit is here.
Officer, over here! Yikes, this is bad.
Someone, stop her!
Oh, I can't possibly flee from this scene. What am I supposed to do? Oh my goodness. There's already a wanted poster of me and a $30,000 bounty. Oh, I thought bounties only existed in pirate manga. What am I supposed to do? The statute of limitations for theft is 10 years. I can't possibly continue running from what's going on. Oh, I guess I have no choice.
Carla chose to turn herself in at the police station, while we all thought that this was all resolved.
Sounds like there's a misunderstanding, but I took that money thinking that it belonged to my husband.
But the truth is, it didn't belong to your husband.
I realized that after watching the news, and I wasn't aware of that. If the wife thought that the money belonged to the husband, it wouldn't be considered theft, would it? I mean, I don't think it's something that the police should get involved with since it's a civil matter.
She decided to go on with her sophism, and she even had the audacity to sue me for defamation. The plaintiff condemned Miss Carla based solely on prejudice without conducting a proper investigation. In my view, it is the conduct of the plaintiff and their associates that truly deserves to be condemned. The act in question was a clear and malicious misappropriation of funds, essentially theft, where the circumstances justified a reasonable conclusion without the need for further investigation. There was nothing unlawful about the actions taken by law enforcement, and we believe that the plaintiff, Mr. Tom, has every right to assert his claim. Objection! Both the statement of opinion and the investigative report clearly state that Ms. Carla genuinely believed the money she took from the safe belonged to her husband. Furthermore, even the plaintiff, Mr. Tom, has admitted that he never informed her the funds were the property of the city council. Given these facts, it is entirely reasonable that Ms. Carla misunderstood the ownership of the money at the time. This incident was the result of insufficient explanation by the plaintiff and a misunderstanding between the parties, not an act of theft. That is the only fair conclusion. I will concede that there is some truth in what you have stated. However, I must ask, why did such a misunderstanding occur in the first place? And more importantly, why is there no mention of that crucial point in your argument?
It was because my ex-husband and I didn't have the time to discuss it.
That's not true, is it? The reason you never heard Mr. Tom say that the money in the safe belonged to the city is that you had no intention of listening in the first place. You never intended to heed his objections at all. Isn't that right?
No, you're wrong. If only he had told me in advance, I wouldn't have.
At the time, Mr. Tom, your husband, was doing his best to make you understand, and yet why was he unable to get through to you?
Well, that was because I rushed to the underground safe and I wasn't able to hear what my ex-husband was saying since he was on the second floor.
In that case, why is it that Mr. Tom hasn't been able to follow you to the underground safe to warn you?
Well,
That was because, unfortunately, her clothes had fallen by the elevator door when it was on the first floor, and it wasn't operating properly. It's certainly possible for outerwear like jackets or cardigans to accidentally fall off, but the garment found in the elevator door was a dress that was pulled over the head. Something like that doesn't just slip off without some external force. It doesn't come off unless it was intentional or meant to fall that way.
I remember now. I remember why it fell there. When I got to the first floor, as I walked out of the elevator, it was strangely hot there, so I ended up taking off my dress.
Now that's a lousy excuse. There's a surveillance camera by the underground safe, and in the footage, you were wearing Mr. Tom's jacket that was hanging in the first floor as you were opening the safe.
So what? I thought it was hot when I was on the first floor, but I realized how cold it was when I went underground.
That's not possible.
What?
Besides, your excuses were expected. When I asked the smart bot Lexea about the temperature at the time of the incident, it reported that the first floor was 62.6 degrees Fahrenheit, while the basement level was 68 Fahrenheit.
What? Really?
Yes. Well, I wouldn't suppose someone who's eager to steal $500,000 would be so sensitive about the temperature of the room. That's why your testimony has no credibility, and you purposely placed the garment by the elevator door because you didn't want to let Mr. Tom come after you as you were taking the money. Is that right?
That's wrong.
In that case, why did you decide to take off your clothes and wear Mr. Tom's clothes?
I already told you that I was feeling cold. You might bring up the whole thing about the temperature again, but this is about how I felt at that time, which could change depending on my mood and emotional state of being.
Miss Carla is right. Even if the temperature at the basement level was higher at 68 Fahrenheit compared to the first floor at 62.6, it was cold if she thought it was cold. Was that how cold it was?
That's right.
Wasn't the reason you put on Mr. Tom's clothing because you had unexpectedly discarded your dress and had no other option?
No, Tom's jacket looked warmer than what I was wearing at that time, so I decided to borrow it.
Was that because it was cold at the basement level? And if so, why is it that you felt that the basement level was colder than the first floor while you were still on the first floor?
It was just an imagination. Basement level could get cold, right?
It's the same thing when someone burns their hand if they were to believe that the spoon in their hand is extremely hot. It's a boomer phenomenon. I see. Well then, why was the defendant sweating?
Huh?
Huh? If she truly believed it was cold, there's no way she should have been sweating.
It's not like you saw me sweating.
Your Honor, the statements made by Mr. Cobweb are nothing more than baseless remarks that serve only to confuse this court. Of course, I have grounds for my statements. Your Honor, I request permission to present the evidence. Permission granted. Thank you very much. Here we have a $100 bill recovered from the scene.
So what? Are you telling me that Benjamin Franklin was watching me sweat or something?
I don't even know what to say to you, Mr. Cobweb. I thought you were a talented lawyer. In that case, will you please remain silent? I'm still talking right now.
Ugh.
Why does he sound so pressuring? The bill bears sweat stains left by Ms. Carla when she failed to take it.
Huh?
Sweat? According to forensic analysis, the sweat has been conclusively confirmed to be Ms. Carla's, as verified by surveillance protocols.
Ugh. This guy is such a trouble. Damn it. I never thought that there would be sweat on one of the 3 bills that I decided not to take. Oh, damn it. Oh, damn it.
Isn't that sweat due to emotional sweating caused by nervousness? Emotional sweating, which arises from psychological factors, differs from sweat produced to regulate body temperature. If Ms. Carla became mentally stressed upon discovering the unexpectedly large amount of money in the safe, and that stress caused her to sweat, then this would explain why she was sweating even if she felt cold. I guess I sweat a lot when I have to meet my wife's father. That's exactly right.
Yeah, that's right. I feel like I might have sweated because I was shocked to see so much cash in front of me.
Ha! No way! You are a born thief and a villain! Even when faced with $3 million right before you, we already know you wouldn't remain calm. But that's only your imagination. We could argue all day long based on what we could imagine, right? In that case, the fact that Ms. Carla had taken the cash thinking it belonged to her husband was clearly an accident without malicious intentions. Since she didn't have the correct information to make the right decision, she can't be deemed a thief. Well, she's the culprit of a $3 million heist of this century. You better stop insulting! We asked the forensic team once again to analyze the sweat found on the bills belonging to Ms. Carla. The results proved that the sweat is primarily produced by the eccrine glands and is 99% water, indicating it was heat-induced sweating rather than emotional sweating.
Yikes. Does that mean?
It means that this proves the fact that you were sweating because you were feeling hot. The emotional sweating or psychogenic sweating mentioned by Mr. Harvard is secreted from both eccrine and apocrine glands, and its main components are lipids containing proteins and minerals completely different from what we are discussing here. Therefore, the defendant's testimony is false. This proves that discarding the dress at the elevator door was a malicious act intended to prevent Mr. Tom from interfering with the theft of the safe's money. That was quite a clever comeback about psychogenic sweating, but it was somewhat lacking in substance. Afterwards, Carla tried to hold on somehow, but in the end, she was overwhelmed by Mr. Cobweb's meticulously constructed arguments and evidence. The defendant is sentenced to 9 years in prison.
Oh my goodness. That's pretty much what I was getting prosecuted for. What the heck, Harvard?
The enemy turned out to be invincible. We would have lost this game either way. I'm sorry to tell you this when you're depressed, but this isn't it.
What?
This is only a criminal trial to criminally prosecute you. The next will be the civil trial regarding the $3 million that you stole.
Civil trial?
The city council will be pressing charges for you to compensate for the $3 million in damage. Oh, by the way, I will be representing the city council in that trial, so I'll see you again.
Oh no, you again? No, I can't take this anymore. 9 years in prison is already terrible enough. Are you saying that I also need to return the $3 million?
It's only natural for you to return the money you stole.
Eek.
Your life will end as the criminal and civil lawsuit crushes you into pieces. Moving forward, you'll be a legend as the culprit of the $3 million heist of this century. You probably won't live a normal life.
Hold on.
You did this to yourself, and there's nothing you can do at this point.
I said hold on. I'm sorry, okay? I'll never steal someone else's money. I'll never do this again, so I need you to forgive me.
No matter how much she cried, it was too little too late. In addition to her 9-year prison sentence, Carla was ordered to pay the full $3 million in civil damages. After her time behind bars, an unbearably harsh life awaited her, burdened with a $3 million debt. Let this be a lasting reminder. Fortune and misfortune alike can strike without warning. Trouble Busters!